want to talk to you a little bit about your influences and like what you guys are. There's a question that I ask all of the music mentors interview subjects, and that's and I feel it's a really cool question because it sort of shows where you were at when you were kind of becoming your musical self. And it's what was the first record or CD or tape that you bought with your own money? And again, I can remember the first music that I got that was given to me, or maybe a song that I liked when I was a kid that was being played that I heard on the radio or whatever. But the definitive moment of having your own money and going out and making your own first purchase, mine was Queen's The Game. And I'll never forget, I still have the record. It's thrashed and I play it out occasionally as a DJ. But guys, what is the first record that you bought with your own money?
So I thought about it and I remembered. So when I was 12, I went to Birdland Music in Virginia Beach and bought Soundgarden Super Unknown.
Yeah. The vinyl or the
Molly and Infinite Sadness, and then
wow,
this weird prog band called Sailor Free that is kind of terrible.
I don't know if you know them, but the first two, yeah, absolutely legendary records.
But I remember it was 1995, and the double CD was $25.
Yeah, that was a lot of money back.
It's crazy. Like with inflation, it would be like $80 now.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But yeah, those are my first ones.
Those are great ones. James.
I had Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way, and the Diggable Planets debut record.
Oh yeah, but Blowout Comb, I think it's called. Yeah. These are all really, varied interests, really cool.
And after that I bought Silk, Lose Control.
Nice.
Oh wow!
I was really into R&B.
I love it. No, that's again, it's so different. And that Lenny Kravitz record, say what you will about him, but that's a monster hit. Like it's
a huge record.
That's a riff and a half.
I haven't listened to it in a really long time, but I can remember. That was a super influential record for me. Every tune on that record is kind of like a study. Like he does like a Bob Marley thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Curtis Mayfield thing on it,
Lenny's coming into his own. He's finding himself.
Right?
He's finding.
But I think about how I approach my work in the studio and the records that I still really, get into. It's I love the Battle of the Bands by the Turtles, or 25 O'Clock by Dukes and Stratosphere. These records where bands are kind of putting on, they're demonstrations of range, or the Mothers of Invention, really doing doo-wop, and then freak out free jazz or music concrete kind of things back to back. Lenny Kravitz primed me for all that.
Yep. Well, I honestly love that the idea that a band doesn't necessarily have to be what it sounds like, considering that most musicians are music fans first and foremost, and they listen to all that stuff. So I always say the bands that I really love are the ones that pull from all the different sides of their grab bag. I used to make a little comment about, Oasis may be a great band that writes good songs, but pretty obvious they like the Stones and the Beatles. But you know what I mean? I'd much rather hear, something that's got a lot of diversity and uniqueness that comes out, something like Animal Collective. They don't always hit it, but that's coming from places
really specific.
And just unique because of all those different flavors. It's like painting with just blue. You can make something rad, but eventually it's just blue.
Yeah.
And
we've always liked. I know that I started to want to become a musician from seeing people play. On Sunday after Mass, going to Beer Paretti's, this Italian restaurant, and seeing a jazz band play, and so I've always liked people that are working musicians, that and that's part of that. When you're gigging around town, you have to be able to do a lot of different things, So I like bands that are like Animal Collective or bands that are really specific to like, I think they're like Baltimore art school kind of,
yeah.
you know,
And now they live all over the world. They're they're all so spread apart.
Yeah,
what a unique.
I like that. Yeah, you know, there's so many bands that like Joy Division or something, they can only exist like
At that time,
in this thing. But the music that I really relate to is like kind of like working class people that are like, yeah, I can do this samba like this, you know, or what, and I can do the Cars thing or whatever, you know. Like I think that's
that makes sense.
like, that's the kind of thing that I'm always drawn to.